you and I are watching. We're lucky enough to watch both games side by side. Watching Southampton, Liverpool, and that game there. The intensity and the urgency and the energy that. And I said to you, either one of those sides that played against Liverpool like that today and had a goal advantage would give a better game than Southampton. That's how good and intense, and they wanted it, fighting for every single ball. You know, Southampton. I mean, look, end
how
of
bad
season.
was Southampton?
Well, look, give credit to Liverpool because he made 9 changes, right? And that's a ballsy move.
It is, yeah.
It's a ballsy move because the Premier League's on the line. Southampton, you know, if there's a bet next season, I'll have Southampton get relegated. Because when you have a season like that, I've seen it too many times. You carry on the form from previous season into the next season. I've seen it a lot.
I think he's done that though a few seasons, Ralph.
Well, they can't.
You talk about them being in Europa League at the sort of start of the season with some decent. They have like a middle season where they're okay, and then at the end of the season they just fall off a cliff.
Yeah, they're not that many points off the relegation.
Well, Everton can finish above them.
That's shocking.
They can. If Everton win both their games and Southampton lose, Everton can finish above.
Well, that tells you all you need to know about where Southampton are. And actually, they started the game well because Liverpool took them about 15, 20 minutes to get their act together because there's been so many changes. I thought Gomez looked rusty.
He did.
For the goal, he looked like he was kind of
carrying a bit.
Yeah, and when he's been out, he's had his injury problems over the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And once you got your noses in front,
find a way though, don't they?
Yeah,
Liverpool.
they did.
And find a way.
And you know what? Towards the end of the game, I said to you, Liverpool win this 3-1. Even when it was 1-1, I felt that Liverpool had too much. Southampton had no desire to hold on. Not like the game we just watched there.
No.
That game those players, Forest and Sheffield United players, they gave absolutely everything tonight. Southampton players, they need. I know it's difficult towards the end of the season, but they should be shown that game because that was a brilliant game of football to watch.
They're on holiday, Southampton, aren't they? They're already on holiday.
You know what, Jay?
They've booked the holidays.
Yeah, and it's hard.
They're coasting through.
Once you've got nothing to play for, it is difficult.
Yeah.
It's not. You can't just turn out and run and give the maximum that we just saw Sheffield United Forest do. It's very difficult to turn that on.
Okay, let's go to the Lions. Let's go to Bobby, who's a Liverpool fan. Bobby.
Good evening, gentlemen. You all right?
Good, Bobby. A huge result for you in the end.
Yeah.
A very ballsy move from Klopp, though, who made 9 changes. Was you worried before the game?
No, because I think what Klopp does, no matter if you're in for 2 minutes or 2 weeks, he demands from it. You know, Curtis Jones, I mean, he went on a bit of a run, you know, when Liverpool were 2-0 up, just breaking the line through the middle. And again, you know, you talk about people having bottle. The players have got bottle as well as this manager. You know, Curtis Jones there tonight played really well. You know, he's pushing the left back on. He was shouting at him at one point, push on. You know, it's about bravery. It's about bravery. At this stage of the season, you don't win anything from not being brave, whether that's the manager picking 9 changes because his hand was forced. You know, their legs were done in after Saturday.
Yeah.
Their legs were done in. Oh, they were falling over. They were going down with cramp. You know, this is why I've said Liverpool will do it this year. And it's not because of the team. It's because of the squad. It's because of the squad.
Do you know what, Bob? You can see, you can't make 9 changes, okay, normally, and expect it works straight away. But you can tell how well coached that team is. So you're bringing in Timacast okay. I know he come off the bench at the weekend, but in players like Elliott, who's had his injury problems, Elliott, Milner, and Jones, that is a Carabao Cup midfield. That is not the midfield you expect to see in a Premier League game. Minamino, I've got to say, I'm not a massive fan of Minamino. I don't think he's good enough for Liverpool, but he played well tonight. Slotted in.
One moment of brilliance.
Yeah, slotted in.
One moment of brilliance. Your manager said it. Your old manager, Jay. Mourinho. I remember Mourinho, listening to Mourinho years and years and years ago when he came in at Chelsea, and he had a brilliant squad. And he said, I've said to these players in this dressing room, I want one moment of brilliance, even if it's during the season or during a match. And Minamino gave us that tonight. You know, it must be hard as a professional footballer. You know, I know people talk about, the money, this, forget that. Talk about people. This is a people sport. This is a people. Just like any workplace. And at our workplace at Anfield, that's their workplace. The leadership is world class. From Klopp to his assistant to the woman who puts out the tig and puts away the cutlery. Everyone at that club is on a proper focus and a proper drive. Honestly,
Bobby, they don't know when they're beat, do they? Don't know when they're beat, this Liverpool team, Chase.
No, they don't.
Well, last two games, they've been away at home. They went being 1-0 down in both games.
Don't know when they're beat.
Didn't they? That's 100% Mo. We'll speak to him in a second. Was it Clobby?
Leave him.
Yeah, get Clobby on.
Bobby, thanks for your call. Top man, mate. I really appreciate it. Goes down to the last day.